Over the past few years of running this YouTube channel, I've taken a look at a lot of handheld UHF microphones for mobile DJs and bands and public speakers, but this is the first time I've ever taken a look at something like this. This is the Phenyx Pro PTU-4000, and it is an 8-channel microphone transmitter and receiver setup that fits in one single rack space. This package comes with 8 handheld microphones, a receiver with independent volume controls for all the different channels, a very interesting frequency setup, and everything you need to get running right out of the box. I've used Phenyx microphones before. Will these ones stand up to their brethren that have came before them? And is 8 channels too many to run on a single rack unit? We're gonna dive into that in just a moment. But before we get started, welcome to the channel. My name is Jordan. This is the Phase Reviews YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back as always. I hope to earn your subscription by the end of this video so you don't miss more tech and DJ product reviews in the future, but we won't waste too much time with that. We're gonna dive into the unboxing portion of this video. I'm gonna open this up and show you everything that comes in the package. I'm gonna set it up live on camera. I'm gonna do some testing for you and let you know whether or not I think the sound quality and the build and everything is worth the purchase. I think there's a very specific use for a microphone setup like this, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. All right, so first things first on this channel, I always like to start with the packaging itself. It can tell us a little bit about the product, and then the design of it can tell us a little bit about the company and how much they care about the display of their products. Now, I've seen Phenyx products before. I've tested them on this channel. Their microphones in the past have been great. The package is nothing to write home about. You've got just a simple colored picture of the unit right here. You've got the model name, 8-channel UHF wireless microphone system, and then around the back, we've got kind of an overview with a few specs. Now, I do want to read a couple of these. It's an interesting setup, this microphone unit. It's 4 and 4 channels. 4 of them are in the 500 megahertz range, and 4 of them are in the 900 megahertz range. So they're completely separate, but they are set channel frequencies per microphone. So you cannot scan for channels on each individual microphone transmitter and receiver. They're each set at one frequency and they stay there. But you have 8, so you have a lot to choose from. 105 dB of dynamic range, 50 hertz to 18 kilohertz frequency pickup, which is pretty standard for these things. Working distance of 260 feet, which is pretty phenomenal if that's true. Audio output level through the 1/4 inch is 0 to 500 millivolts, through the XLR 0 to 500 millivolts. On the system overview portion, it says the PTU-4000 is an 8-channel UHF fixed frequency wireless microphone system developed by Phenyx Technology, a truly reliable and affordable solution for wireless performance. There's an LCD display of frequency and channel information. The setup and operation of the system is straightforward and simple. Okay, so a lot of that stuff here. What's inside the box? We're going to see it in a moment, but there's an 8-channel UHF wireless receiver with mixed XLR and 1/4 inch output, 4 antenna, 8 anti-rolling rings for the microphone, 8 UHF wireless handheld microphones, 16 AA batteries, a power adapter, a 6.5 millimeter audio cable, which I think is 1/4 inch, and a user manual. All right, so enough of specs and packaging. Let's open this puppy up. I'm gonna lay it down on the table like this, open these flaps, and the first thing on top you're gonna get is the user manual. This is a proper user manual. It has an overview of all the different buttons, the features, how to operate these guys. There's not much to it. All of the 8 channels are just kind of a repeat of each other, but we'll go over the different parts of the unit when we get it out of the box, okay? So we'll remove this piece of foam, and the first thing on top is the actual microphone receiver. This is a standard 1U rack space receiver, and I think that's what's most marvelous about this product is that the fact that they could fit 8 channels in a single rack space. You can see that you've got 2 displays here, channel 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, and 5, 6, 7, 8 on this side. There is a little volume control knob, 1 in each corner for each of the screens, and then a center power knob right there. You've also got some little markers next to the display, RF for radio frequency for the strength of the channel. If it's picking up signal, that'll light up. And then you have AF, which is your audio signal. That will light up if there's actually audio going into the channel. You've got the holes here to mount this inside of a rack mount unit. And then around the back, you'll see all of our inputs and outputs. We have the antenna connections right here. Those are pretty standard. And then you've got 8 XLR outputs, 1 for each channel if you want to run them all on individual inputs into a mixer. And then in the center we have a mix output. This is a 1/4 inch, pretty standard. That will combine all the channels into a single output if you don't want to mix them separately. And then you have your DC input right there. It's a 12 to 16 volt, 500 milliamp, which is pretty standard right there. Okay, so there is the receiver portion of the unit. Also up here we have our antenna. Okay, they include 4, and what I like seeing right out the gate with these guys is that they appear to be half wavelength antennas. Okay, so you can get antennas in different sizes from this up to super long. A half wavelength usually is going to give you better pickup than a 1/4 wavelength, which is a somewhat shorter antenna. Okay, and this is actually labeled on here. You can see maybe this says 555 megahertz on it. So this is probably going to go on this side over here, which I believe is the 500 megahertz. And then on this side, we're going to have the 900 megahertz. So here's another 555 antenna. All right. And then over here we've got, I'm just going to drop them all on the ground. This one says 918. Okay, so that would make this other antenna right here also 900, I'm guessing 918. Now, speaking of these frequencies, if I turn this back around and show you, there's a little sticker right here that has all the frequencies listed. I'm not sure if you can actually read it right there or not, but it says 541.9, 546.3, 561.6, 568.65, 911.3, 914.9, 919.7, and 925.2. So those are the frequencies. They are set. You cannot scan for different frequencies on this, which could be an issue, but with how many channels this has, I don't think you're going to run into problems finding an open one. Okay, now let me pick up my antenna that I dropped here. To attach these, let me make sure I've got the 2 555s. We're going to come over here to antenna A and B. I believe this is my 500 megahertz side. Let me double check in the manual. Okay, so I just verified in the manual, antenna A and B are your 500 megahertz, and antenna C and antenna D are gonna be your 900 megahertz. So I'll grab the 500s. These are super easy to attach. You're just gonna kinda find the bump right there, twist it on, and then go like that. There we go. Then we got that on. Here's the other 500. Just twist it till you can slot it on the bump, and then twist it on, and then fold up like that. So nice big half wave antennas there. And then here are 900. They're a little bit longer than the 550, or a little bit shorter. Okay. So let me slot those on there as well. Boom. Fold that up, and then the last one right here. Twist it on, fold it up. There we go. So we've got all 4 of our antennas hooked on there. And you want to have these, kind of apart from each other so that they have the greatest pickup pattern, I believe is the best way to do that. So those are our antenna right there. So those are 918, perfect. All right, so there's the 4 antenna attached to the receiver. I'm gonna set some of this off to the side here. We'll go to the next level of packaging here. And underneath that we have all of our handsets as well as some of our cables. So I'm just gonna pull one out, okay? We'll test multiple, but I'm just gonna, for right now, pull a single one out. And the first thing you notice when you pick these up is they feel really great in your hand. It's a metal body, it's heavy. The only thing that's plastic is this kind of end cap right here, and it feels really good in the hand. It feels professional. So if we twist off this metal cap, you can hear that. If we twist that off, then you'll see the battery compartment, as well as on the back we have this specific frequency that this microphone is. So this is 914.9, and we'll throw some batteries in here. I know they included some. It'll probably be on the next level. So that's what the microphone looks like. There is a display right there, which we'll see in just a moment, battery, and then a single power button right there. No other things to adjust the channel because we don't need that with this model. Also on this level, we have our power block right here, pretty standard DC wall wart. And then we have, I believe, our 1/4 inch cable for the mix output right there, okay? That looks to be a mono cable, so this is not gonna be any sort of stereo output. So now we're down to the next level, okay? And we've got 4 more microphone receiver or transmitters right here, excuse me. And then we've got a ton of batteries, okay, coming out the wazoo here. You might wanna upgrade to some nicer batteries, but we do have some right here. And then they also include a bunch of these anti-roll rings and a crazy amount of colors. Looks like they're all different colors so that you can keep your microphone straight. These are pretty cool. You just slot it onto the mic like this, obviously with your cap right here on, but this just keeps it from rolling off the table. If I set it right here, this little rubber thing keeps the microphone from sliding off. Okay, so those are handy to have. They're kind of bright, garish colors, but you know, maybe it'll work for you. So I'm gonna pull some of these batteries out so we can see the display on one of these mic units. All right, slot these batteries in. Double A's, so pretty standard there. You could probably use rechargeables on it, though I'm not sure, so we'll check and see if the manual says. Okay, so we've got our batteries in. Actually, before I screw that on, let's hit our power button. Single click. There's our frequency on the display right there. Hopefully you can see that, 9.14.9. This is channel 6. And then it's got a little display of the audio, the signal strength right there. Okay, so we'll just start with channel 6 actually, and we'll do some testing. We'll see how the audio sounds before we pull out more of these to test the distance and the strength. So I'm gonna throw these back in here. I'm gonna grab my power cord. I'm gonna get this set up with my speaker right here, and we'll do a quick audio test. All right, so I've got everything plugged in. This is the unit right here. You can see the displays. You've got a readout of each of the individual frequencies, as well as the strength of the signal and of the audio signal. So you can see right now we've got the 914.9 megahertz, channel 6, which is the first microphone I grabbed out of the package. That's the one we're going to be using right there. So if I speak into this microphone, you can see the little LED flashing right there. That means that it's getting an audio signal. Now I've got the volume turned down. I'm going to set this right here and just start bringing up the channel 6 volume. Check, 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 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. All right, and I've got that in the middle right there. I'm using the XLR output. The XLR is a mic level output, so it's pretty low. So if you have switchable inputs on your mixer, you're gonna wanna, or on your speaker, excuse me, you're gonna wanna change it to the mic level input, and that gives you the full audio strength, the full signal strength. Now, these little knobs here for the volume, they are not smooth continuous. They're actually they have little notches. Check, 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 1, 2. And it's like a D10, and I'm just gonna keep mine at the 12 o'clock position right there. Now, these microphones I think are directional, cardioid. If I go off to the side, yeah, you definitely get a drop off in the sound quality. You wanna be relatively close to the microphone. If I come on the other side right there, or from the back of it, you're not gonna get any pickup. So you wanna be right on top of the microphone, but that's just good microphone speaking skills in general. Now, this I didn't talk about is a metal design. It feels very sturdy. The displays are big and easy to read. Now, if I look at while I'm speaking, the display in the middle right here that gives you the readout of the frequencies honestly isn't doing much. It's just a light up thing to tell you what the frequencies are, but it's not responding in any way. The only thing that's responding are these little LED dots on the side of the main display. The main display I think is just a readout of the frequencies. So we don't really need that honestly, unless you want to check what channel microphone you're using. Now, it doesn't say anywhere on the outside of this that I can see. So, to make sure you know which channel is which, you could label these, you could color coordinate it with those anti-roll rubber gasket things, but keeping 8 microphones straight might be tough if you don't label them somehow, okay? Now, sound quality is good. This is just as good as any handheld microphone that I've used in the past. Vocals are full, the low end is there, the mids, the highs. I don't feel like it exaggerates any of them at all, so that's super nice. Now, one of the things we want to do is a distance test, or at least to see, it says 260 feet. I wouldn't try and push that, but if you can get 100 feet with one of these microphones, 50 to 100, that's pretty good at most events. But what's even more important is being able to go through that distance with bodies and with electrical interference. I tempted to go outside and do like a distance test out in the backyard, but honestly, that's not real life. What we want to do is see how these perform with electrical interference, Wi-Fi routers, cell phones, all the smart gadgets in my home. I'm going to test it through the walls of my home. I'm actually going to take this microphone to the far end of the house. It's probably, 75 feet, 50, 75 feet away. And it's going to be through like 5 different walls. There's going to be a ton of electronics between there and here. I'm going to leave my lapel here, and then we're going to see if the signal comes through nice and clear. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to take 3 or 4 of these microphones across the frequencies, and I'm going to turn them all on so that we have different microphones competing. And what I'll do is I'll speak into them. I'm going to use the mix out. I'm going to speak into all of them one at a time and make sure there's no crosstalk between them, make sure that there's no interference or dropouts. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the lapel here, take a handful of these, go to the other room, and we'll test them. All right.
right, so now I'm across the house, other side of my home, at least 50, 75 feet away, through 3 to 4 walls, a ton of electronic devices, Wi-Fi router, microwave, all that stuff. And so we're just going to see if the microphone holds up as far as its transmission without dropouts. Now I've got a couple different ones here for different channels, different frequency bands, and we're going to just kind of talk into each of them and just see if there's any interference. So this is channel 6, which we've been using. We've also got channel 8, sounding good, sounding good. And we've got channel 3, check 1 2, check 1 2. And so this can kind of give you an idea. These microphones, they're working fine, no crosstalk between them. I'm probably in a relatively congested space right now as far as wireless frequencies, and we're not having any issues. So this is the Phenyx Pro PTU-4000.
All right, so there you have it, the Phenyx Pro PTU-4000 8-channel UHF microphone system. Honestly, this is perfect for those of you that have corporate events, maybe where you just have a ton of people speaking at once. You're at a church where there's a lot of members of a band or a lot of people involved in some sort of production. This is going to be a great unit for that sort of situation, especially if you can keep the receiver unit relatively close to the stage, and just run a cable out of this to your front of house or something like that. I think this will work perfect in those scenarios. The receiver and the handheld transmitter units are both very robust. They're metal, they feel great to the hand. You've got these half-wave antennas, a nice display with independent volumes for all the different channels. So if for you, compact form factor, a ton of channels in a tiny little package is what you need, this is going to be the perfect solution. Now, is it the name brand, top of the line, paddle fin transmission system? No, but it serves a purpose, and I think it does that very well. So if you want to grab one of these for yourself, I'll include a link down in the description. You can go buy through there, support the channel. I would of course love you for it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're not a subscriber, consider becoming one. Ring the notification bell. It helps me grow this channel, and I would appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.